Do you crave exciting sports takes and news? Fed up with the same old boring voices you hear on the radio? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you just might be a TBloomaholic. Lucky for you, it's time for another episode of the TBloom Talk Show, the #1 sports podcast in the world. Settle in, my TBloomanites, because another episode starts right now. Live from TBloom headquarters, here's your host, TBloom.
What it do, folks? It's your host, TBloom, here with another official TBloom Talk Show podcast. And today, it is Friday, so that means one thing and one thing only. Another Fight Night Friday podcast is in order, and we got a lot to talk about with the upcoming fight night, UFC Fight Night, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. It's not the biggest of names, sure. It's not going to draw a lot of seats. It's not going to make a lot of ticket sales. Hell, it's at the Apex Arena. They don't even sell tickets there. But God damn it, one thing you can guarantee on this card is some good damn fights. And we're going to cover the whole main card. We're not just going to do one or two fights. We're not going to pick and choose. All of these fights have a chance to be fight of the year. And of course, I may be blowing that out of proportion a little bit, but these are going to be some good fights. And you should tune in if you have nothing else to do. Matter of fact, if you do have something to do, you should still try and tune in. But anyway, we're going to cover, as we do every Friday, we're going to cover all the fights. Unfortunately, this week, JC will not be able to be on the podcast due to conflicting schedules. He won't be here next week either, but he will be back that third following week. He's going on vacation. We like to send our employees out on a little vacation every year, once a year. We like to take care of our guys. So he's going to go do that. He's going to enjoy himself. I'll handle all the hard work over here and just get it done by myself, I guess. Some of these guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I do not know. I do not remember seeing them fight, but some of these guys I do know, and I have seen fight quite a few times. So we're going to get right into it as we always do. The first fight of the main card is a featherweight matchup. You got Lando Groovy Venata, 12-5-2, versus Charles Air Jordan, who is 12-4-1. Let's go through Lando Venata's. Let's go through his profile a little bit. He's 30 years old. He's 5'9". They're fighting at 145 pounds. His hometown is Tom River, New Jersey. His gym is Jackson's MMA Acoma, which is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hot place. His last two losses were to Bobby Green and Mark Diacheese. Two guys that have proven themselves to be kind of legitimate forces in the UFC. Not stars or, championship contenders, but, they've held their own in the UFC. He won his last fight. 8 out of 9 of his last fights all came down to decision. So this guy's not going to knock someone out, but he's also not going to get knocked out or finished, submitted, TKO'd, whatever. So in terms of betting odds, that could be something to look at. 75% of his wins all come from decision. That's very interesting. I'll talk more about that in a second. Let's go to Charles Air Jordan's profile. He's 26, so a little bit younger. He's 5'9". He's 145 pounds. He's from Quebec, Canada, somewhere in Quebec. He fights out of Academic Pro Star MMA, which is in Quebec. Head coach Eric Bertrand. He won his last fight against Andre Ewell. But the thing about this guy is he only wins fights if he finishes them. He's only won one fight that he didn't finish his opponent in. He lost the other 3 fights where they went to decision. So you couple that with Landau Venata's tendency to go the distance, right? Because 8 out of his last 9 fights all came down to decision, and 75% of his wins come from decision. You could pair that with odds of going over the over-under of rounds, and to take Venata with the win, that'd be an easy, quick parlay. Just a quick parlay that if Venata wins, it's pretty much guaranteed it's going to go to decision. Take it or leave it. If I'm a betting man, I'm doing that because I think he's actually going to win this fight. And if he's going to win this fight, then it's going to go to decision, like I just said. So that is my pick for the first fight. I'm going Lando Venata, guy out of New Jersey, huh? The 30-year-old. He's a little bit more seasoned than Charles Air Jordan, 26, out of Quebec. I'm going to go Lando. By the way, the odds on that one, just by money line, is minus 105 Lando and minus 115 Charles Air Jordan. So pretty much even Stevens there. Our next fight, crazy odds. I'm going to open up with those ones. We got Alexander King Kong Romanov, 15-0. This is a heavyweight matchup versus Chase Sherman, 15-9-0. He calls himself the Vanilla Gorilla. Pretty intense kind of name. I mean, you're going to name yourself the Vanilla Gorilla. You're going up against a guy who calls himself King Kong. We got a battle of the apes upon us. Who's going to come out on top? Here's the fucking funny part, though. The odds are Alexander's got minus 1,375. Chase Sherman's plus 800. That means if I bet $1 on Chase Sherman to win, I'll get back $8 if he does. Let's run through the fighter profiles. Let's start with Alexander King Kong Romanov, 15-0. Moldavian, out of Comrat City, Moldavia. He's 31 years old. He's 6'2". He comes in at 260. He fights at the Lion Club, out of the Lion Club gym. Here's something suspicious about the guy. I try to research Lion Club gym, see where it may be, see the different types of fighters coming out of there. Maybe there's someone else in the UFC that also fights out of there. I couldn't find shit. So either this guy is just he fights for a piece of shit club that no one's ever heard of, or he's a scary ass individual, scary ass motherfucker. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Haven't even begun to look into which way that could be. However, all I know, the guy's a badass. He's only one win came down to decision. Every other time he's finished him, and not just by knockouts. This guy's got some submissions under his belt. Now let's go to the other side. The Vanilla Gorilla, Chase Sherman. He's 15-9. He's got the plus 800 odds, but he's fighting out of Iberville, Mississippi, which just sounds straight outback country. Fucking as brutal as it gets, just straight. Yeah, Southern, man. That sounds like you're an immediate badass. You were born there. He's 256 pounds, so he's a little bit lighter than old Alexander over there. But his name's King Kong, so obviously he's going to be a little bit lighter. He fights out of Jackson Wink MMA. Now, complete difference from Alexander Romanov. We know about Jackson Wink. Guys like Carlos Condit, Diego Sanchez, Cub Swanson, John fucking Jones. They all fight for head coach Greg Jackson. John Jones, I'm pretty sure, is out of that bitch now. He's up at heavyweight. He's doing something at some other training camp. Not sure what exactly, but he fucking coached John Jones every fight. So this guy, Chase Sherman, he's got all the utilities that it's going to take to be able to overcome these plus 800 odds and beat Alexander Romanov. Now let's take a look at some statistics. Well, actually, Chase Sherman, let's go over his little spiel, his little career. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, 2 decisions and 1 submission. But before that 3-fight losing streak, Chase was on the up and up. Oh, yeah. Chase was right up there on a 4-fight winning streak. All TKOs. He was laying them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's next? And then he proceeded to lose three times in a row. That's okay. He doesn't have to be perfect. He just has to be perfect on this night against Alexander Romanov. He's shown that he can lay heavyweights out. He did it 4 times in a row. He's lost 2 decisions since that and 1 submission. If he doesn't get caught in that kind of, slow fight where it kind of gets technical, if he just comes out, throws bangers, and Alexander King Kong Romanov's trying to throw bangers with him, he's got a shot. The only thing that scares me, though, is check this out. Alexander averages 5.58 takedowns per 15 minutes. So that tells me that he's going to want to take Chase Sherman down because Chase is a knockout artist. Why would you have a knockout artist on his feet? You take him down. So that could be bad for Chase Sherman. But Chase has a 77% takedown defense. So he's not just susceptible to being taken down based on the stats. Now, I'm not sure who he was fighting, where he was getting takedown defenses, and who was getting takedowns on him. I'm not sure about that, but based on the stats, the guy can, he can sprawl a little bit. He can open those hips up, flare his hips out, and avoid the takedown. But on the other hand, Chase Sherman absorbs 6.37 hits per minute. Yeah, that's not good. But he lands 6.19 shots, significant strikes per minute. So, I mean, that tells me that this guy literally goes in there, reckless abandonment. I'm going to throw as many fisticuffs as I can at your face. You do the same to me as well, and we'll just see who the fuck gets out of here alive. Usually it's him with his 4 knockouts, but if a guy decides to be smart, like maybe Alexander Romanov is, he's going to be technical. He'll take it to a decision, maybe use his takedown ability to make sure Chase doesn't have a chance. Alexander Romanov, he's got 1.43 significant strikes absorbed per minute, so he doesn't take much damage. 4.26 significant strikes landed per minute, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage to Chase Sherman, I'm pretty sure. If I'm a betting man, I'm making a play on Chase Sherman under the over-under for rounds and to win. That should be a nice, decent parlay. You parlay that with the one I said in the first fight of Landau versus Charles Air Jordan, you might be winning some big money. But not a betting man. Who do I think is going to win? I'm going Alexander Romanov. I think he'll take care of Chase. Not that I'm saying I'm not voting for Chase, that I hope Chase will fucking win. But I think Alexander Romanov, I mean, he's proven. He only takes one shot, one significant strike per minute, gives out 4.26. Chase is taking 6 per minute. I got to be smart here. I'm going Chase. I'm going to write that down. Make sure I know. All right. Next fight, we got our girl Macy Barber, 9-2, versus Montana De La Rosa, 12-6-1. This should be a good fight, too. Macy Barber, she was on the up and up at 8-0 a year or so ago. Had a little bit of a tumble, but got back up with winning her last fight. And then Montana De La Rosa, she's had quite a little bit of a career, too. Pretty sure she took out Silva, I think. I think she tapped out Silva. I don't know. But it should be a good fight. We'll go through the fighter profiles right now. Macy Barber, 9-2. She's the future. She's 23 years old, 5'6", hometown, Greeley, Colorado. So she's got the advantage in the conditioning realm. She fights out of Team Alpha Male. We all know Uriah Faber, Cody Garbrandt, that whole deal. Won her last fight, lost the 2 before that, and her fight time is 11 minutes and 3 seconds per 15-minute fight. On the other hand, we got Montana De La Rosa, 12-6-1. She's 27, 5'7". She's from Helena, Montana. She's got a 3-inch reach advantage on Macy. She fights out of Elevation Fight Team. And her last 3 fights all had different outcomes. She had a loss, a draw, and a win, all in that order. So she got better every time. So she's on the up and up. She got a TKO her last fight, 8 submissions under her belt, and also has an 11.38 average fight time per 15 minutes. So what that tells me, bettors, both of these females like to go the distance, like to go to that 3rd round, right? So let's check the over-under. Let's do a live TBloom over-under check. We're going to go to the one, the only FanDuel. FanDuel, if you're hearing this right now, we're just waiting for that sponsor. Go ahead and email me at tannerbloom@yahoo.com. Ready when you are, pal. We can get this place jumping. I know all my T-Bloomanites and T-Bloomaholics would be more than happy to use my promo code. Hopefully it could be something like TBloom253. I don't know. We'll work out the details when we get there. But Anyway, we're going to the sports book. We're going to look up this over-under right now because I'm genuinely curious. And I think you guys may have a decent play here if you're a bettor. Let's see. Where is the MMA? Wow, they don't make it easy to find it. There it is. UFC Fights Night Main Card. Let's hear it. Okay. Um. Okay, so the over is 2.5, so that means it has to get to 3 rounds, and it's plus two, or it's minus 250 odds. It's not the best odds, but I can guarantee it's going to happen. So you couple the over on that with a couple of the other bets I pointed out earlier. You might be winning some big money, complimentary of the TBloom Talk Show. Here at the TBloom headquarters, you know how we like to do it. We like to entertain, persuade, and make sure you're winning money. We haven't let you down since. We won't let you down in the future. Who's going to win, though? That's a good question. I have no fucking clue. But I'm going to throw something out. Montana De La Rosa, she's on the up and up. Macy Barber, she's also on the up and up. Both of these girls are young. One a lot more than the other. I'm going to go with... God damn it. Give me Macy Barber. Give me Macy Barber because I know her. I've seen her fight. I do think it'll go to decision, but I think she'll get it done. I think Macy Barber will get it done. She's the future, so I think she'll make it happen. Next fight, we got a goddamn brawl on our hands, folks. Clay fucking Guida's showing up to town, to Las Vegas. He's clocking right into the hotel right outside of the fucking joint, staking it out, seeing what's gonna happen. And you know who he's got his eye on? Claudio Puelles, if that's how you say it. Who's Claudio? He's 12-2. They call him El Nino. 26 years old, 5'11". He's from Molina, Peru. Where's he fight out of? I don't know. Sanford MMA. Shows up to the gym, sees guys like Gilbert Burns, Robbie Lawler, Rumble Johnson, Derek Brunson, winners. Yeah, he's pretty fucking good. He's on a 4-fight win streak. 2 submissions, 2 unanimous decisions. 2 of those submissions, they're the same thing. Guess what? Knee bar. Knee bar, boy. Better watch them knees. Better wear your knee pads. Better wear your knee pads. He's got a 2-inch reach advantage on old Clay. But old Clay, they call him old Clay for a reason, because he's seasoned, baby. Clay Guida, 37-21. They don't call him the Carpenter for nothing. Sure, he's 40 years old and 5'7", 4 inches shorter than his opponent. But his hometown's Round Lake, Illinois. And guess what? He fights out of Team Alpha Male. We just talked about him. Uriah Faber, Cody Garbrandt. Champions, winners, solidified. He won his last fight. How'd he do it? Rear naked choke against Leonard Santos. He won his last 2 out of 3 fights. So what? He's got a 12-minute fucking average fight time per 15 minutes. You tell me. This is going to be a goddamn brawl. Has potential for fight of the night. And if you're a fucking UFC fan, if you're an MMA fan, and you know anything about MMA, then you know Clay Guida is a fucking... He's over. He's over. And I don't mean over as in done. I mean he's over with the crowd, over with the fans. He's a star, babyface now. A real fucking grunt, Stone Cold style. But Claudio Puelles, man, El Nino, this guy's a stud. This man's a beast. And if I'm a betting man, and these are pretty even odds, we got Clay Guida minus 105, Claudio Puelles minus 115, pretty even odds. If I'm a betting man, I'm going to put my money on Claudio El Nino, the kid. You got to. That's even odds. He's on the 4-fight win streak. He's young. He's up and coming. He's going against a 40-year-old Clay Guida. As high and mighty as he is, all good things must come to an end. Will that be it for Clay? Because if he loses, I don't know if Dana does offer him that other contract. And in the news, it said that he's willing to show Dana I'm still getting better at age 40. I think Claudio will win. I'd bet on Claudio, but you bet your sweet ass. You bet your motherfucking sweet ass that I'm putting all of my fanship and my, what would you call that? My cheering, my whatever, into Clay Guida winning it. I want the Carpenter to win, but I think Claudio will do it. So for that, that will be the pick I'm rolling with right there. Okay, we're finally there to the final fight, the main card, the big one, the strawweight 125-pound matchup of Jessica Andrade versus Amanda Lemos. Andrade is 22-9. They call her the Bait Estaca. I probably fucked that up. What does that mean in English? I'm going to look that up. What does that mean? It means pile driver. They call her the motherfucking pile driver. That's funny because she literally put Rose Namajunas, the champion, to sleep with the fucking pile driver type maneuver. She's a fucking beast. That's a dope nickname. That's a dope nickname. And you bet your ass that that's going to come into play when I'm picking who's going to win. But anyway, she's 30 years old, 5'2", real seasoned, real seasoned. She's Brazilian. You know how they do it. She fights out of Parana Vale Tudo. Maybe I said that right. Out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Her last fight, she won via TKO in the first round against Cynthia Calvillo. That was September 25th of 2021. So it was a little bit ago, about 6 months. Before that, she lost to Valentina Shevchenko. She has 3 losses in her last 5 fights, but here's who she's fighting. 1, she got TKO'd by Weili Zhang in her run at champion. I mean, fuck, who didn't get beat by her? 2, Rose Namajunas, who, by the way, won by split decision. So that if there's a different judge on that night, that could have easily went to Jessica Andrade. And then 3, the Valentina Shevchenko fight, TKO in the first. So these aren't fighters that aren't literally the peak, like the pinnacle of these weight classes. These are the 2 champions. All 3 of them were champions, and anyone would lose to these people. Jessica Andrade is just, any other era she would be champion right now. Unfortunately, she's stuck in a division and in an era where there's just so much talent surrounding the women's weight class right now in terms of the champions. But anyway, that goes to show her losses, 3 of those 9 losses all came from champions. On the other hand, I can't forget about Miss Amanda Lemos. She's 34, 5'4", a little bit taller. She's got the 1-inch reach advantage. She fights out of Belém, Para, Brazil. So definitely there's a Brazilian rivalry going on right here. Fights for the Marajo brothers team. I think that's how you say it. She's on a 5-fight win streak, goddammit. 3 out of those 5 fights were finishes. So Amanda's coming out to take heads off. She's 11-1-1 for a reason. She's got 87% takedown accuracy. She's a champ. Well, at least she's coming for it. 70% of her wins all came from TKOs, 7-minute average fight time. These 2 girls are very evenly matched. Very, very evenly matched. And it's really hard to say who I think's going to win. Because it's so tough. Jessica's got a minus 200 odds, and Amanda Lemos has a plus 170. Ooh, if I'm a betting man, parlay alert. If I'm a betting man, I'm doing this right now. I'm taking Amanda Lemos to win. I'm picking Cleto Puelles to win. I'm taking the over on the Macy Barber Montana De La Rosa fight. I'm taking the over on the Lando Venata fight and Lando Venata to win. And then I'm going to end it just like that. I think that would be a money parlay, and it's very realistic to happen. But back to the fight. I'm going to go Jessica Andrade. I think she's going to win. I think she will. She's just more seasoned. She's more seasoned. She's fought the best of the fucking best. She's seen it all, and I think she's going to take out Amanda Lemos and snap that 5-fight win streak. So I'm going Jessica Andrade. And that's going to do it for the whole main card. Shit. What else happening? Oh, Tyson Fury's fighting tomorrow against a guy I've never heard of. Let's do a little background check on that. Tyson Fury, who is he fighting? Versus White. Dylan White. Let's look up his stats. Dylan White. Really have never heard of this guy. What's his boxing record? He has 30 bouts. He's 28-2. 19 KOs by win and 2 KOs by loss. He's 6'4". They call him the Body Snatcher. Debuted in 2013. Whoa. Why are we doing that? Alexander Provkin he beat. He lost to Alexander Provkin as well. Interesting. Yeah, well, that's coming up. Tyson Fury's fighting. It looks like he'll probably take this one. I don't think... When's the last time you've seen Tyson Fury fight? Was it against Deontay Wilder 2 or 3? I think it was 3. Yeah. So an exciting fucking fight weekend for fights. I don't know if there's any Bellator coming up. I don't think there is. That's gonna roughly do it for today, guys. I'm sorry JC wasn't here to give more insight as he usually does. The results for last week, we went 3-3, so we tied. But yeah, thanks for tuning in this week to the TBloom Talk Show. This wraps up another official Friday Fight Night podcast. I'm your host TBloom. Remember to follow me on Twitter at the TBloom Talk Show and on YouTube at TBloom Entertainment now. That's right. We're moved on into the entertainment business. Thanks for watching, folks, or listening. I love you. Yours truly, TBloom, signing out.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the TBloom Talk Show. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard our content so you never miss an episode. For more information or to connect with TBloom, check out TBloom Talk Show on YouTube and Twitter. We'll see you next time.